Hi, I'm Dr. Eric Landy with Insight Neuropsychology. I'm a clinical neuropsychologist and I work with the whole age range, but I have quite a bit of experience with children, including running the Psychology Assessment Center at UC Santa Barbara for over 5 years. Today we're posting a few videos on encouraging the growth mindset. We're posting them in several parts here on YouTube, and I hope you enjoy them. This first video is part 1, which is really exploring what is intelligence.
So first of all, let me ask, who wants to be the first brave person and tell me what intelligence is? You're all teachers, come on now. You all have some opinion about it. Who wants to tell me a bad opinion about intelligence? Not your opinion at all, just something you heard.
Bad opinion is that it's just IQ.
Okay. So what is IQ actually? It's what?
Intelligence quotient, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's the word, it means intelligence quotient, but what does that actually mean? Yeah.
It's supposed to indicate the ability of the individual to learn what needed to be learned in an academic setting.
Actually, pretty good. Pretty good. I'll give you that one. Any other opinions on intelligence? What do you think intelligence means to you? Or what do you want it to mean? Yeah.
Students tend to equate it to grades. Like if you get good grades, then you're super intelligent.
Okay. So there are certain opinions about intelligence. Any other opinions you've heard about intelligence? Yeah.
Connections you can make from what your experiences are to what you're encountering.
Okay. So you said connections you can make between your experiences to what you're encountering.
Or connections between what's been learned and your whatever.
Concept formation. Right? Being able to learn from the situation and extend it to another situation. Which is actually a very good definition of intelligence, because why does our brain care about being intelligent? If you really think about your brain, what's it trying to do? What's your brain's main goal? Survival. Right? And what does survival mean?
Not get dead.
So how do you not get dead?
Stay away from him.
Stay away from predators. Okay. And that's actually a good answer. If you really think evolutionarily, our brain's whole job was to keep us alive, to pass on our genes, to continue the species, right? And the way we do that is our brain developed literally to figure out, one, okay, how do we run the body? How do we make you breathe? How do we make your heart beat? How do we get all that stuff going? And then two, once you have that working okay, then you got to figure out how do you identify danger? How do you get food? How do you find shelter? How do you get, kind of really be able to live and expand? Going back to what you said about concept formation, that's the best way to do that. You learn from experience. Okay, the green berries are bad. Those don't taste good and they'll probably kill me one of these times. The red berries are okay. So you start to learn what's actually going to work, and you realize, I shouldn't eat the pine cones at all. That's not actually a food substance. Okay? So the brain is really trying to keep you alive. And I want you to keep that in mind as we talk about mindsets a little bit later, because that's really what those are. When you talk about mindsets, it's just your brain's formulation about how to interpret something. So going back to the definition, matching your definition there, a basic one would be the ability to acquire knowledge and skills, logic and reasoning, to be able to acquire those and use them. Now, someone mentioned IQ, intelligence quotient. And intelligence quotient is a psychometric construct, meaning it's something we created so that we had a way to measure intelligence. It never really existed. The idea of intelligence doesn't really exist. It's just we wanted some way to measure these things and to basically categorize them compared to other people. There is a famous psychological textbook author who has a good quote about it, which is just that intelligence is what intelligence tests measure. And the truth of that matter is, it is true, intelligence is what these guys defined intelligence as back then, and we've just gone along with it. Anyone know the intelligence test, like the Wechsler intellectual scale for children? What does it measure? For people who know it. It's a big, I think now it's about 14 sub-test test. Takes about an hour and a half to administer. What does it have on it? What scales, if people know? It's got, and they've changed it recently, but let's just go with the old rules, which is it had verbal reasoning and nonverbal reasoning. And then it had information processing skills, including attention and processing speed. That used to be what they defined intelligence as. The idea being we need to be able to reason and you need to be able to work with information coming in. But that's just their one measure. There are other IQ tests that measure different ways. I use a different test that doesn't involve any information processing because I'm going to give other tests of those skills. So the key point here again is intelligence really is just what you're measuring at the time.
Hi, this is Dr. Landy again. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to listen to the next one in this series. You can always reach out to us if you have any questions, concerns, or want to look into any services. Thank you very much.